Hey everybody, this is Clay and Brandon we're the founders of Firm360, and we are here today. We're going to do a little video. We're going to start doing a series. Hopefully we can help out, talk about some topics that are interesting to accounting firms. We're passionate about helping small to medium sized accounting firms. And today we just want to talk about how Firm360 got started. So Brandon, tell us a little about yourself and your background.
Yeah, thanks, Clay. So Brandon Gray here, CPA of about 15 years in North Carolina. And we have a small to medium-sized firm, regional firm based in North Carolina with 2 offices. And we've been looking for streamlined efficiencies in training and optimizing the running of the firm. And we were using 4 or 5 different platforms to operate the firm, which was obviously frustrating and inefficient. So I reached out to Clay for some help with trying to find the software to solve our needs, and we really couldn't find anything. So we set out to build a proprietary solution for our firm, and during that process and due diligence realized that there was a real need for a platform like ours in the industry. So that's where I came from and where Firm360 was founded.
That's awesome. How many people worked at BGC when you first started there?
9 people.
9. Okay. And what were how has that changed since then? How you said you've been there?
Yes,
you've been there for 10 years.
I've been there for actually 14 years.
14 years. Wow.
14 years. Yep. So we, prior to the implementation of Firm360, we had 9 people. Today, our revenues are up about 10% from that time period, and we have 7 people currently.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
What are how have things changed since you first started? What's the journey been like?
Yeah, the journey. It's been a journey, that's for sure. So, we thought we were solving a pretty simple problem, right? Oh, there's 5 platforms, just put them into one, and you fixed it. Well, obviously it's not been that easy. We've had to learn best practices, scalable practices, standardization of processes, and understanding the accountant mindset, which is really different from the typical software application, because these accountants like myself, we just have our ways, and we need things in a different manner than what standard software logic would have. So I think that's been the biggest learning curve, but also is one of the keys to our success here at Firm360, because Clay, you would be able to say, why are you accountants doing that this way? This is the way common sense people would do it. And we were able to go back and forth and banter back and forth, and really get to able to pull the accounting group out of the trenches, because the accounting industry was significantly behind, and still is significantly behind in technology from the rest of the world. So we were trying to pull us out of those technologically challenged trenches into a more modern day thought process, but at the same time keeping the core values and standards of the accounting firm in place. So that's been the biggest, I would say, the biggest challenge, but also the biggest reward throughout this journey.
Yeah. And I had worked with IT consulting companies, and I was like, well, you accountants and these IT companies do the same thing. You do something and then you charge for your time, but you guys do it differently just because maybe whatever system you had, that's the way they told you to do it. So it's been fun trying to find the best of both worlds throughout this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where do you think Firm360 is going in the next 2 to 5 years? What's your vision?
Yeah, I would say that we're expanding our reach for sure. So we have a very we've proven the platform's success, its stability, the best processes. We've really best practices. We've really standardized those things and proven them. Now we're well into the 700 to 800 professionals of using the platform every day now. So we're at liftoff point is what I would say. We're really worked hard on our onboarding practices, and we've got dials now to know, are we onboarding too many people or not enough people? So we're scheduling out those onboardings, really making sure that they're quality, and we have the time to devote to each client that signs up. So 2023 is going to be a really cool year at Firm360. We're going to really change the lives of a lot of accounting professionals, which has been really rewarding to get the reviews. I mean, I'd like to, one of these videos we'll read some reviews, right? Just to kind of make ourselves excited about what other people are saying, because it gets me up in the morning. It makes me feel good about what we've done. And so I think the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to just stay true to our core values. And one of those being service. We're just going to stick to the service. We're just going to keep our head down, keep digging, and do what we've been doing, but just do it on a little bit bigger scale, because our platform will be able to reach a few more people than it has in the past, just because of its maturity at this point.
Awesome. I guess when I first met you, you were like, the biggest problem I have is I have all these systems. I don't know what my team's working on, and I spend too much time copying between systems. I feel like you've solved that. Like, what's the biggest problem an accounting firm like yours has next year, like, that I should be working on?
Oh, that's a good loaded question. I think the answer to that is, like a lot of tax questions, is it depends. No, man, one challenge that we have is more teams are going remote. And that doesn't mean that the whole team's remote. It doesn't mean you never have an office, but our team's even doing our expansion of, we're in expansion mode at our firm now. We'll most likely double in size in the next 12 to 24 months. And we're having to do that from remote based people. So, and that's a combination. It's a combination of remote employees, and it's a combination of remote contractors, outsourced work. So being able to communicate with those teams, and Firm360 has allowed us to assign work to those teams, give them access just to what they need and not everything else inside the platform. That problem's been solved. What I see us as a challenge is we're still, we're using Slack, we're using email and work papers for review notes on projects. Still a little bit scattered when it comes to management of those projects and communications around them and those people. So that, and then I really believe that the timesheets are going out the window, and that'll start a big debate. A lot of accountants will crucify me for saying that, but I really believe that long term, the team members of accounting firms don't like to be told to show up at 8 o'clock and leave at 5 o'clock, and you got to produce X number of hours. It's more of a job type. Go do these 12 projects and get them done, and you'll make X number of dollars. So being able to track, Sally reviewed these 43 tax returns this week, and being able to have that list of who reviewed which returns and what the revenue from that was, so that you could derive a P4P. That's where I'm going with it. Pay for performance is coming in the accounting industry. It's in most of the other advanced industries, and it's going to become widespread in the accounting industry. And being able to monitor and adapt and give management of firms a dashboard that helps them with that is where I think our next. I feel like that's our next two challenges from the practice management side.
That's awesome. It's been a fun journey. I'm excited to see where it goes. Is there anything about yourself personally you want to tell us? What do you do for
Yeah.
fun when you're not doing taxes or software?
Yeah, so I would say I'm saying golf right now because you've talked me back into getting some new golf clubs, playing golf, and I did that last month. So hopefully I'll play a little more golf this fall. I like to fly. I have a private pilot's license, and I really enjoy flying and and fishing. My kids now love to fish, so we're doing some inshore and some close offshore fishing. And then racing, we're a big racing family during the spring and summer. We do a lot of racing. So my little 10-year-old girl is heavily involved in driving, and so that's typically where you see us on the weekends. We're at a racetrack somewhere and hanging out with the family.
Awesome.
So
Well,
yeah,
this was cool. I hope somebody finds it interesting, and I hope we can do some more videos in the near future.
absolutely.
Talk to everybody later.
Thanks.